Mai, Thailand, and you can see, we'll just show you around here, this is the edge of the Himalayas. Doi Satep, Doi Pui behind us here. We're at the base of the Himalayas, staying here in Chiang Mai, Thailand. How's the audio? You got any questions about Thailand, etc.? Any questions, whatever, hit us up in the comment section down below. All right, let's go here, go live chat. Okay. So yeah, this is, let's have a spin around while we've got some audience coming through. And you can sort of see here where we're at. Chiang Mai is situated in a little valley in a flat. Chiang Mai is flat, but surrounded by these beautiful mountain ranges that sort of encompass the area. So you got any questions about Thailand? Here to say, here we go. Getting married in Thailand in 5 weeks, can't wait. Hey bro, Mick, how did you go with the left-hand shifter, Mick? Let us know how you went with that. Thailand's a great place, people. If you've never been to Thailand, it is a really cool place. They've just legalized weed, marijuana, THC. A year ago, you'd be put in prison for just having a joint. And now you literally can go down the street to special weed shops and buy bags of weed. It's crazy. You can have 100 grams of weed on your personal thing. Heidi's missing Chiang Mai. She's going to do a stretch. Heidi's missing Chiang Mai already. She's down in Phuket. The weather's been pretty good the last few weeks here in Chiang Mai. It's been pretty good. Love the Doi and the Chiang Mai. It is an amazing place here. Chiang Mai, Thailand is it's a special place. It's a special place. It's really good. I've got a bit of a neck injury, so I haven't been able to ride my bike for the last 4 or 5 weeks now. I tried to ride up the Doi the other day, and I did make it up there, but coming back down was really hard. Just the tightness and the certain situation going on right now. But yes, I'm off the bike. I'm on the motorbike. Been racking up hundreds of kilometers on the motorbike, and yeah. Who's the pick for the world's? I'm going to put my money on Tadej Pogacar. I think he's going to be, definitely the man to watch. I think Tadej is going to win the world. What bike did I bring? I brought my race bike, one of my Pragma Bag cookies. I've ridden it once since I've been here for the last 2 weeks. I can't ride. It's just too much pain. I rode back from the airport for 4 kilometers and I had to stop a few times to stretch out my neck. So yeah, I'm not doing any exercise, no gym. Walking even is painful for me. So I'm on the motorbike. I'm on the motorbike. And I'm eating unlimited sugar. I'm stuffing my face with as much food as I desire. All right? And you know what's happened? You know what's happened in the last 5 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks since I've unable to exercise? My appetite's dropped. Wow. So I'm still stuffing my face with as much sugary, refined, processed foods as I desire. All right? And you know what's happened? Is my appetite's gone down even less. So you never have to limit your carbs. All right, that's just only limit carbohydrate if you want to be binging out on the fatty stuff later on that day or month or year. So there you go, that's the deal there. Any hopes of rim brakes coming back? Aaron Gate just won a stage 3 of the Tour of Luxembourg on rim brakes. So they're not coming back though. They're not coming back in road. The bike industry's pushing it big time. Most of the bike brands, Specialized, leading the disc brake road charge, etc. So how did I get my first test script in Thailand 2014? It was 2014. You don't need a script here for testosterone. You don't need a script for that. You just walk in to the pharmacy and buy as much, whatever you want. All right? That's how it works here in Thailand. Yes, you can go to the pharmacy and you can go to the hospital and get a prescription, but like, I mean, it's like, why do that when you can just go to the pharmacy and buy it without a prescription, all right? And it's Thailand. The rules, like one pharmacy sells it to you and the other pharmacy doesn't. So you go to the pharmacy that sells you what you want. It's like, so this is how it works here. I love Thailand like that. It's just so cool. Have you checked out Kaze bikes? They're located north of Chiang Mai. I'll go check them out. I'll go check them out. Hey, Patrick. Patrick's in the chat. Karim B's in the chat. Kaze, yeah, I remember Kaze 5-6 years ago. They're basically a Japanese company, I'm pretty sure, and they're a reseller of Chinese carbon bikes, which is every brand these days pretty much. And yeah, they've got some interesting bikes, but I think Kaze have axed rim brakes. They've axed rim road. So yeah, that's unfortunate. So yeah, that's just to go. Bethy Queen's in the chat as well. A lot of bikes come from Taiwan. No. The bikes come from China. All right. So I should say, the frames and forks and bars, etc. Most of them are made in China. Pretty much 99.9% of expensive carbon frames are today made in China, and then shipped to Taiwan for the parts assembly. It's less taxes, less tariffs that way, and they're shipped out of Taiwan. So yeah, they're shipped from Taiwan, but made in China. The frames, forks, made in China. It's just cheaper that way. Am I getting a new Propel? No. Hi Harley, thanks, changed my life. Thank you. You know, still have the vegan. They've sold out, have they? Hey, which jersey are you talking about? Are you talking about my jerseys, or are you talking about Hong Locker's jerseys? Because I think he's still got some left. Is it true prices have skyrocketed in Chiang Mai? No, it's still cheap. It's 4,000 baht at Siri. You can get places for 4,000-5,000 baht for sure. Still cheap here. Gary, you're doing right, looking lean, man. And look at that, you know what I mean? I'm not doing any exercise, but I'm eating low fat, you know. So there you go. Team Vasectomy. So yeah. How to maximize hemoglobin. There's many ways. You know. Maximize hemoglobin. If you want to maximize hemoglobin, get the maximum levels, then yeah, you need pharmaceuticals for that. But I don't recommend that. Depends on the person. Do I like new Propel disc brakes? It looks great. It's just, when I see disc brakes on a road bike, I'm like, cool. You know, you can use it as a gravel bike. But for me, when I see disc brakes on a road bike, I don't see a road bike. I see a gravel bike with road tires. And that's okay. But it's not a road bike in my opinion. It's a gravel bike with road tires. Is Thailand RV friendly? I have one. Want to leave America? Yeah, you can camp anywhere you want in Thailand. Climbed the Doi already. I've done the Doi once in the last 2 weeks. I've got some neck issues. I can't ride a bike at the moment. Why don't I look for a wife at your age? Why look for a wife at any age? People change. Just keep it cool. How long to stay? Not sure how long I'm staying in Thailand. Having a much younger girlfriend is not moral. Lucas, you sound jelly, bro. You sound jelly. Do I wear compression socks after training? No. Sleepwater sugar is all you need for after training. Where can I get you good used bike in Thailand's Facebook Marketplace? Have I done an Ironman? No, I can't swim that very far at all. I can't really swim more than 25 meters without stopping. Sure, I could learn, but I just haven't been inspired. Ironman for me is not much of a challenge. That's not to say it's not a challenge. It's just for me, it's only like 8, 9, 10 hours. It's not hard, for me to do that. It's obviously to do the fast times they're doing. That's a different story. But yeah, for me, Ironman's not a challenge. Like running a marathon's easy for me. Riding my bike 180k, it's like whatever. Used to do that before work. But yeah, congratulations, those 7 years vegan. Just do my protocols. I wouldn't say, I don't even tell people to go vegan anymore. I mean, yeah, my protocols are vegan, but these days when people, I used to say, go vegan, team vegan, and that's awesome. And yeah. But the context, unfortunately, today, vegan means, for a lot of people out there in the world, it means no sugar or no carbs. And that's just going to make you feel real crap. Does running use more oxygen than cycling? Depends how hard you're pushing, all right? Depends how hard you're pushing. When I moved to Pattaya, when I was single, Thailand is just a big Pattaya, all right? For those who don't know, Pattaya is the place you go if you easily want to get a hot 18 to 25-year-old girlfriend, Thai. Or she might be Ukraine, a lot of Ukrainian girls there, a lot of Russian girls there. Pattaya is the place you go if you want to have a yeah, a rental girlfriend. Super gorgeous 18 to 25-year-old females. Pattaya's full of them, looking for someone, looking for a boyfriend to, you know, pay them $10 a day for whatever, you know, just companionship and extras. What do I think about sleeping pills? I don't rate sleeping pills. You know, I rate doing my protocol. Is my son with me this trip? No, he got arrested at the border. He had a bodyboard bag full of stuff. And Fort St. Andrew taken and cancelled. It was just always going to happen, unfortunately. I mean, he says some, people just took him out of context, you know. He says some good things. He says sugar's bad, though, so maybe he deserved to get cancelled over that. But, you know, jokes aside, yeah, it's the world we live in, man. It's the world we live in. Mountain biking is great. I love mountain biking. I look forward to getting back on the bike one day if this neck injury ever comes good. You've encouraged me to cut down my meat intake. Just have more rice, bro. I mean, if you want to be as lean as me, you know what I mean? Sort of lean, no exercise, then eat what I'm doing, all right? Obviously, exercise is good if you can do it for fitness, etc. Chiang Mai is so cheap. Chiang Mai is so cheap. Why is there so many places with oil-free option in Thailand? Because of me. Because of me and my videos over the last, 14 years on YouTube. 14 years on YouTube, damn. And 10 years really pushing the oil-free thing and doing the festivals here. There's a lot of options here. My opinion on options, my opinion on eating foods with wheat in there works for me. If it works for you, works for you. You know, if the gluten doesn't work for you, just go with the rice. What do you think about walking for weight loss? Yeah, walking's good. Walking's good, for sure. What's my favorite zodiac sign? I don't have a sign really. It's just the person, you know. Because what if a Scorpio is doing keto? They're gonna be nuts. How to drop 5K times. Watch my 5K videos on YouTube. Right, it'll be your shoes. It'll be pacing. It'll be technique. It'll be hemoglobin. It'll be sleep, water, sugar. If you want to set PRs in 5K, I've got some elite runners that I advise on nutrition, etc. Some guys are running low 14s, high 13s under my protocols. All right. So join my coaching group, durianrider.com. Even if you've never ran a 5K and you want to run your first 5K, my protocols will still work for you. Long live rim brake, for sure. What do I think about vegans saying gluten and corn are bad? Well, it's bad for them, okay, but it's not always bad for others. So yeah. Do I believe in karma? For sure. Wildcrafted sea moss, optional. I noticed I didn't mention vegan anymore. Yeah, because it's sort of like, vegan these days is anorexia for a lot of people, orthorexia. So I just recommend my protocols. For years, I promoted other people, but then they'd let us down. They would flip on vegan, or they'd flip on sugar, or they'd flip on carbs, or they'd be flipping on this, or flipping on that, or flipping on the experimental things that have been promoted in the last couple of years. Just people flipping on us, all right? Sugar's bad. Go and get your experimental medications. So I just promote myself now pretty much, yeah? Andrew Feather did 7.4 watts per kilo for 9 minutes. Sounds full natty bra. Full natty bra. Looking for a boyfriend. Where can I find good guys? You don't want a good guy, you want a bad boy. Let's be honest. You want to be a bad boy who's good. You've got to put yourself out there, all right? You've got to put yourself out there. They'll come to you, you come to them. Girls and guys, you've got to put yourself out there, okay? You have to put yourself in the zone, all right? You have to be able to be seen. So yeah, be seen. We'll have a collab with Mike Arnstein again for sure. Mike's a legend. You stayed at the same in Chiang Mai. Same. I don't recognize that name. Yo, kiss I'm in. I just came to say vasectomy sex is life altering. Guys, you haven't had sex with a woman until you've had sex with her with a vasectomy when she's ovulating and horny. All right, you haven't had sex, okay? Until you, in my opinion, you haven't, okay? And that's going to stir up some people, and good. I want you to have a vasectomy. I want you to enjoy, those times. All right? This is where it's at, okay? Be careful though, especially if you're in Chiang Mai and the beta boyfriend finds out and he makes a 5-part documentary about you and destroys his career and her career by doing so. Don't know, some people. Is 30k average speed good for, depends what the wind was doing. Depends on the road surface. 30k an hour is slow in Thailand. 30k an hour is fast over the cobbles in northern France. So it depends. Average speed means nothing really, Average power, all right, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. How's the audio going? Am I speaking too loud, or what? Is it spiking too much, or what? Am I 100% no oil? Depends what your goal is. If your goal is fat loss, be 100% no oil. No oil. No oil. All right? Me, I'm already lean. I can have a little bit of oil here and there. Thoughts on Andrew Tate? Watch my videos about Andrew Tate. Best ways to low average heart rate? Doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what your heart rate is, really. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, what if you lower your heart rate for your 5K, but you're slower? It doesn't matter. The heart rate varies so much. If your testosterone's high, your heart rate's up. Actually, I don't have to yell at the camera anymore because the mic's here. Okay, let's try the less yelling, more telling. If your heart rate's up, it doesn't really mean much, man. There's a whole business about heart rate monitors and stuff, and obviously if you're laying in bed and your heart rate's 200 and you're not having sex, then there's an issue. But otherwise, heart rate doesn't really mean too much. Heart rate shows you how you're responding, but it's vague. Because what if you're stressed? What if you're excited? What if you had some caffeine or some Ritalin or some Adderall or some green tea or cacao and your heart rate's... It doesn't mean much. Don't go by heart rate. Go by how fast you did your 5K, Why are you backing to Dej? Because he's just the boss, mate. Jesse Coyle. Jesse, highlight so fast since going to Thailand. Just the humid weather to ease up my muscle pains, my tightness, the service here. Like I had to do MRI the other day. I just rode the motorbike to the MRI. Just went straight in there, like, come on in. Didn't have to get any faffing around. It's just like, boom. Got my results. Going to see I saw a neurosurgeon the other day, and it cost me it cost me about $15, man. And I'm like, is this real life? I showed him an MRI. I said, what's your opinion? He goes, yeah, remember it. So it cost me $15 getting an opinion of a neurosurgeon. And then I'll go see heaps of people this week. I'll see as many neurosurgeons and orthopedic surgeons as I can this week. Imagine trying to do that in Australia or the US. Good luck. How much money would you be spending? How long would you be waiting? How much ego and arrogance would you be experiencing? Thailand is just unbelievable. So that's a big highlight. The food here as well, the fruit, that's a big one as well. How can you be on roids but have no shoulder definition? I think you just got to up the dose, bro. All right? You got to up the dose and you got to lower your fat intake, because that's why you can't see. That's why you don't have any definition. Well, this lighting's not so good, but you can sort of see here the lateral head of mine. The reason that you can't see any striations in your shoulders is because you got too much body fat, or you got to up the dose, or you actually got to train your shoulders. All right. So there you go. Yes, finally made it to the live stream. Looking healthy and happy, Harley. Cheers, Phil. Good. Also, audio's good. No worries. What's for breakfast and dinner? Today I've just had fruit. I've had fruit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I'm going to go back to smash some white rice and soy sauce and some soybeans afterwards. I'm cranking the fruit here while I'm here, getting the most of it. Do I even know my body count here? Let's not get me banned. All right. I'm on the 12th dose of Pfizer this year. Test levels. What does test levels mean? Context, please. If you have questions, people, give me the most context, and I can give you the best answer. Otherwise, I'll be making assumptions, and I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can here. So, less assumptions is better. I've been getting mad water retention and added salt. Just do my protocols, man. Do my protocols. All right. I don't know what you're doing in there. Just do my protocols, bro. You know what I mean? Like there's so many variables that could be going on. All right. I don't know. It's like It's about eliminating the variables. And if you want to eliminate the variables step by step, join my coaching group, durianrider.com. It's unlimited questions, okay? Like I wanted to find out what was wrong with my neck. So I'm getting as many opinions as possible, you know? And yeah, it's going to cost me a lot of money, but I want to get good results. So I'm going to get as many opinions as possible. But when it comes to what you're doing with salt retention, you know, all you need is me, all right? Because I know exactly what's going on once you tell me what you're doing, your history, etc. Okay, it's a bit like an MRI. I can just like scan your life and go, okay, this is what you need to do. Why do chubby marathoners gap you on park races? Why do they? Why do you get dropped by chubby marathon runners in park races? I think your hemoglobin's too low. All right, I think your hemoglobin's too low. Did you know fully wore Christina? Bro, I knew all that, you know. I knew all that stuff. I was the person who got Christina onto YouTube back in the day. James Payne, I'm fitter than you. Everyone's fitter than me today. I can't even walk fast at the moment. That's how bad this is. Everyone's fitter than me. I'm on the motorbike. Not a question, but wanted to say thank you for being one of the few good examples of fitness vegan. Started watching your vids maybe 5 years back. Thank you very much. What's the best time to come to Thailand? Anytime, bro. Depends what you're looking for. You want to skate winter? Do you want to experience Thai women? Maybe Thai guys? Or the culture? The fruit? Do you want to have organic durian on the farm? It depends, all right? Depends. David says, I have a Trek Madone 5.2 Discovery channel from 2006, mint condition. What group set do you recommend? Depends what you like, you know. I'm not too fussy. I'll run SRAM or Shimano. I'm easy. Campag, yeah. Most of my wheels, I just prefer Shimano SRAM. What's your health problem? I'll make a video about it when I find out exactly what the issue is, but it's basically my neck. I can't exercise. If you've been asking why I haven't done much the last 3 years, that's the reason. Neck issues. So yeah, it's a I live in an area where no mountains or hills. Do you think it's a good idea to invest in road biking rather than running or jogging? For sure. I mean, it's like, depends what your goal is. You know, you do both. How are you looking to get a cheap Chinese carbon frame? Do you have any recommendations? Depends what your goal is, you know. Giant make a good cheap Chinese carbon bike. Wind space, etc. So it depends. UK is awful for medicine. NHS is kaput, I agree. Test prop or sus, depends what your goal is. You know, I'd say both. But again, it depends, what's your goal? What's your goal? I know what your goal is, so, you know what I mean? I know what your goal is. I'm not sure what buying gummy bears looks like buying condoms. It does, doesn't it? What are you eating at night? I've been eating at night every night for the last 20 odd years. Eat at night. You know, do whatever it takes to get your desired, you know, do whatever it takes to meet your body's desires for sufficient carbohydrate. Eat early breakfast, early lunch, early dinners, get to bed as early as you can, and, you know, get up and get going. I've had great success. I've had great success sprinting when my saddle is so high I can't actually get out of it. Great success sprinting when my saddle is so high I can't actually get That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. That's not how it works though. It's not how it works. Good troll though. Is eating at night worse for fat? Look, depends. I mean, it depends. Like if your goal is fat loss, join my coaching group. Like, because I know that's not the only question you've got, and that question, there's so much context there. Okay, there's so much context missing. But it sounds like you want to lose some fat. Okay, then, boom. You know, just like I put on 20 kilos of muscle. Who did I ask? I asked the people who I trusted with, who aren't going to bullshit me, all right? And look what happened. I put on 20 kilos of muscle effortlessly, without even really trying, okay? I put on more muscle in around 6 months than I have training as a natty since 1996. Because I took advice from people who knew what they're doing, okay? Durianrider.com. You got great advice, but 250 is crazy. I'm getting a free game from you here on YouTube. I don't know if that makes sense. Tried Thai massage. I'll be getting about 2 hours of massage a day. It's helped a lot at relaxing the muscles. Is up the doi, up the duff. Up the doi is Doi Satep, all right? Doi Satep here in Chiang Mai, Thailand. You want happy endings? There are happy endings everywhere in Thailand. Who makes my custom baseball caps? I just got a hat in Mariba, North Queensland, and just they printed it up for me. Durianrider.com. Durianrider.com. And I recommend hats for a bit of, the UV's pretty low at the moment, but it's just good for protecting the old schnoz. On the Walmart mobile, that's right. All banter, your advice for best. All banter, Harley, your advice for best prolonged weight loss. Durianrider.com. That's my best advice. Durianrider.com. You should do more debates. No one wants to debate me. You all right? Who's out there debating me? I send these messages to people. Let's do a live debate. Yeah, sure. And then they never, boom, see you later. Or they just leave me on scene. Or they don't respond. Or they block, most of them just block me. How many of my critics would ever get on a live stream and debate me? Like my hardcore critics? Zero. Okay? Because they hide behind the keyboard. They hide behind a jump cut. They don't know their craft. They don't know shit. You know? That's a personal challenge there, people. Get on a live stream. Organise a live debate with me. Step in the ring with me. Step in that debate ring and let's see how well you know your shit. So how did I hurt my neck is when I got attacked from behind by my stalker and he slammed my head into the ground head first. All right, so I've had spinal injuries ongoing from that for the last 3 years. So that's been the main reason I haven't been training much. So there you go. And it's just getting worse and worse. So been watching you for almost 10 years and you're the only vegan YouTuber who's stayed consistent in what you preach. Be the change you want to see. Be the change you want to see. A disc here to stay on road, they say, unfortunately. Thoughts on food addiction. I'm a food addict. Everyone's a food addict. If you don't eat, you're eventually going to die from starvation. I'm an oxygen addict. I'm a good vibes addict. Like, I don't like pain. You know, I mean, I like pain when I want it, and then when I don't want it, I don't want it. So, you know what I mean? It's, I'm a food addict. Fucking everyone's a food addict, man. Everyone's a food addict. Show me someone who's not a food addict and I'll show you a liar. If you're not addicted to food, then you're a liar. So yeah. Why am I so, what a Trekmadone disc? Durianrider, why am I so stupid? I just bought a Trekmadone disc. It's so slow up hills. I'm sorry I didn't listen to you, bro. That's okay, man. Like, it's your money. Just tell them. Do a video about it. Just do a video about it. That I should have bought a $500 Madone for Durianrider's advice versus this slug. Just sell it, bro. Just sell it. Some person will buy it, man. Just, just go on a forum and say, what do you think about Durianrider? And you get a bunch of dorks saying, Durianrider doesn't know anything. Say, hey, do you want to buy a Trekmadone disc brake? Yeah, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Sell it to one of those guys. Looking at Qigong. Yeah, I need more than Qigong at the moment. But for sure, Qigong's good. I eat sugar and use midfoot cleats, but still can't stand Dr. Berg. What's wrong with me? So yeah. What if the goal is doing FOS wattage? I'm not sure what the goal is there. I'm not sure what the question is. I'm not sure what the context is. The Trek's frame storage compartment made me laugh. It's crazy. It's crazy. How Harley, I've been gapping lean roadies on my 1980s fixed gear bike and I'm just a gym rat. What's going on? I hear you, man. Like, the average fitness of the average human is very low. The average fitness of the average road cyclist on a $20,000 bike is very low, okay? But if you came and trained with my group, then you'd go, wow, this is some fit people. So yeah. I'm in the doghouse. I've been cleaning chains and the petrol in the kitchen. The house smells like a Shell service station. Wife is going to knack me. What's your first YouTube? Man, you were skinny then. That was pre-anabolics. Again, it just goes to show you all those people out there saying they're natty, you know, they're full of shit. And you know, if someone says, oh, Harley, I'll be doing your protocols for blah, 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 but I'm not losing any weight, you know, they're, you know. But Harley, I've been doing your protocols for years, I'm still fat. It's like, you've been doing my protocols in between meals, all right? Let's be real. Why do overweight people eating lots of fat say I'm unhealthy, lean, and I'm lean? You know, that's what I mean. Like, let me read it up. Why do overweight people eating lots of fat say I'm unhealthy and lean, smashing 600 grams of sugar a day? Exactly. Exactly. You charging $200 for a coaching group is a lot when I could just get free good advice here on YouTube. For sure, you can watch my videos or join my coaching group. The benefits of joining my coaching group is you get the answers today, all right? Within an hour to 36 hours, you get a direct response with your question, and you have unlimited questions. But also you have unlimited videos on YouTube. So I'll give people the option. People are like, look, I don't have time to sift through your videos. Here's my question. Answer it now, please. I'm at this guy's house. You know, I'm going to go to this guy's house, and I want to buy this bike. What do I look for? How much should it cost? You know, things like that. Or, you know, I'm going on a date tomorrow with this chick. How do I not fuck it up? Okay. Give me this chick's 27. She lives at home with her parents. She's an 8 out of 10. Blah, 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 blah. What do I do? How do I not fuck it up? Okay. I'll give you a direct template. Or if conversely, girls like, I want to put a good impression in a guy's head. What should I do? You know, what should you do? So yeah, just really, you know, give you the straight up honest advice there. Have I been to Mullaney Hills? In Mullaney, I used to live in Nambour. Mullaney's good. What do you recommend when you have eaten a huge amount of smoothie bowls and now your lower stomach is stretched out, but upper part is lean? That just means you're hydrated, bro. And you got a bit of body fat or a bit of both. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, look at, like, what's your goal? What's your goal? You know? If your goal is to look like a juiced up bodybuilder, fake natty who lies about their steroid usage and who's just popping diuretics, Lasix, and taking estrogen cutters to flush out the last bit and get dry ripped and then walk around like V-Shred or Greg Douchet, those half-truth of fake natty people. Look at me, I'm shredded, bro, I'm natty, I'm blah, 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 blah. If your goal is to look like them, then yeah, you have to starve yourself like they do to get down to that weight and take the drugs that they take. But I'm not recommending that, okay? So if your goal is maximize athletic performance, then look at that triathlete, Christian Blumfeld. You know, he's slim, he's lean, but he's not as lean as me. But look how fast he is, all right? So you don't need to be razor lean to be a professional endurance athlete. You don't, all right? You just need to be slim. Simple as that. Haha, you failed in normal society, so moved to Thailand. That's right. Is Van Zweel still recovering from that time he went the doy, trying to beat you? Van Zweel's always been faster than me at the doy. Like, Van Zweel could have been a professional cyclist. You know, he has that challenge. He's got the natural ability, you know. He's got the natural ability. The only time I beat him at the doy was when he was just tired and worn out. But that doesn't count because, you know, it doesn't really count. It's just one off. I haven't eaten food for 15 years. What are my addictions? Oxygen, sleep, food, good times, sex, Thai massage, health. I'm addicted to health, addicted to feeling, you know, vital, for sure. Under 20 grams of fat a day work as well, depends what your goal is. All right. Is it annoying to think you're one chiropractic adjustment away from full recovery? You're trolling, bro. You're trolling. You think I don't see chiropractors? You think the right diet can allow someone to function efficiently, even while doing recreational drugs daily? Depends how much drugs you're using. It depends how much you're using. It depends what you're using. All right? It depends who you are, what your goal are. You know what I mean? Who knows? I saw Greg Douchet recommending disc brakes. Consider that Trek slug sold. It's cool to find out one of your recent videos, you're 6 foot tall. What do you think of vegan activists protesting in the streets, dressing up as packets of meat? I think they're doing good. You know, like it's getting people thinking. You know, it puts people off, but at the same time, that stuff inspiring to others. So there's all walks of life. We need to cover all the aspects. We need people like me out there. We need the people out there who are professional. We need people out there who are, you know, the athletes or blah 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 blah. We need all walks of life when the goal is a united world in terms of those morals and ethics and availabilities of foods. Then everyone has to be doing their bit. You know, just it has to be sustainable as well. The nutrition, high carb. You know. How jacked would jackfruit get me? I've known that one for a while. I didn't take steroids, I got jacked on jackfruit. I've been practicing not getting triggered by certain people. It's curiously getting easier very quickly. It does. Does the earth look flat up there? Oh, it looks pretty lumpy over here. How many years have you been natty? I was natty from, or define natty. What does natty mean in your context? Why do rich roadies look at my cheap $250 Giant like it's a Ferrari? Sleep, water, sugar, the Holy Trinity, baby. Pro Bike Commuter says, yes, I can vouch for him on the coaching group questions. We'll answer any question literally. True. Any question's unlimited. And if the question doesn't get answered in a thread, it means I didn't see it. So just start up a new thread. Well, good. Start up a new thread and ask a question. All right, I will answer it. My bike is made by vegan employees. What tips would you give an obese bike riding beginner? Wow. Just watch my videos, Durianrider's Advice for Fat People, Durianrider's Advice for Fat Cyclists. Get my ebooks, get my coaching group, you know, start right there. There's so many things I could give, advice I could give you. It could literally be like a 3-hour video. How to keep your sinuses clear, eat low fat, and minimize cat fur exposure. What else we got here? Trifox X8 or X16. I probably prefer the different geometry. The X16. X16 is like the SL6 tarmac. So yeah, that's a good gear. It depends. They're both good, but I'm probably going to go the X16. Hang on, X16 is the SL6, isn't it? I'll go with that. Do I have a 48 rear gear on? I don't have a 48, no. What caffeine source do you use before a race? Most of the time I don't use anything, you know. I don't even find caffeine does that much. Like, I mean, yes it does, but it's like, for me, caffeine's not a performance drug for me. Caffeine doesn't make me faster. You know, it's, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, if I'm going to use any stimulant, it's purely to open up my airways more. Pretty much. So let's say it'd be like dextroamphetamine, like an Adderall type, like quarter tab, or like 10, 20 milligram caffeine, just to open up the airways. Music's better, for sure. How can I get my hands on some Edgar? Every Chemist Warehouse can sell it. So there you go. There you go. But unless you can do 6 watts per kilo for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, there's no point using EPO, in my opinion. It's just wasted drug. What job can I do in Thailand if I get anything, bro? Whatever you like, you know? You look like John Cena. A leaner version. Will I attach mini mountain bike suspensions on my neck? This is a good one. $250 is not worth it when I have free advice from you here, then that's fine. If you charge less, more people will buy it. Actually, that's not true. All right. I find that the higher the price, I keep raising the price. It's going to go up to $275, $300 soon. As I raise the price, I get more sales and people take my advice more seriously. When I had a free group coaching, the people didn't take it seriously. We get trolls in there, it's be like, blah, blah, blah. The coaching environment wasn't optimized like it is now. All right. So yeah, definitely. The more the price, the more people take it, more people actually do it as well. Take your advice in general. Is there any benefit of being fat adapted in completely a sub 10 hour Ironman? Oh yeah. Yeah, you've got to be fat adapted. You want to be able to burn your body fat stores. And the only way you can do that, the best way, I should say not the only way, the best way to become I'm fat adapted, meaning I can chew into my fat stores because I'm eating such little fat, my body can access the stored fat versus have to try and burn the dietary fat, you know what I mean? So it's fat adapted for me is you tap into your fat reserves that you have on your body versus the dietary fat. Because I was just lugging around all this excess fat as an athlete, as Ironman, so what's the point of that? Have I been with the Thai women, Benny? Fantastic, if you're compatible. I would consider Natty drug-free. So I was drug-free. Actually, I had cacao. So I was drug-free, meaning nothing, no cacao, no chocolate, no raw chocolate, no cacao beans from 2005, end of 2005 to 2008 maybe. I don't think I had any cacao, so natty for those 3 years. So for me, natty means 0 drugs, 0 aspirin, 0 caffeine, 0 chocolate, nothing, nada, 0. So I would say 2005, late 2005 to, well, actually, no, that's wrong, no, because I was in America having raw chocolate. I was in the US having raw chocolate. That's 2006, 2007, so no, take it back. It would be late 2008. I was natty. I gave up cacao it was November 2008 until, then I had some vegan chocolate in 2010, so I was natty for about 1.5 years total, late 2008 to probably mid 2010, when I had some vegan chocolate. So yeah, that was my natty period. The Nike Invisible, not there, all right. Alpha Fly's where it's at. So yeah. How do you cope with gaining weight due to metabolic damage and having the sugar-phobic people around you not believing? Doesn't matter what they believe in, bro. It doesn't matter what they believe in. All that matters is you do what needs to be done. Follow my advice, and then you know what I mean? And then when you're as lean as me, which you will be if you start on the track, they'll be like, ow. You know what I mean? So yeah. All right, let's do 3 more questions. I've got to go. I've got to stretch my neck out. I could buy a top tier Escort, top tier S250. Where are you? I mean, in Thailand, you need $20 to do that, but not in Australia. I'm getting top tier for $250. But here's the thing in my coaching group. Actually, I don't have to sell it. What am I doing? If you want it, you want it. It says there. Should we take electrolyte drinks on the bike or get gels to avoid? Experiment, see what works for you on that one. Why do your views on YouTube go up after you move to Thailand? Good question. It happens though, doesn't it? I don't know. Good question. Thoughts on using Powerade versus sugar water? I would say do both. Experiment with the sugar water. Experiment with adding Powerade to your sugar water. Yeah, for me, sugar water is my preference. Sugar water is my preference because it's pH neutral. Once you add those powders in, it becomes an acid drink, so it can be bad for your teeth. So it depends on the situation. I prefer sugar water because it's neutral. It's pH neutral, so it's better for your teeth that way. Am I right in saying you need to go through a year of injuries to become? Nah. I mean, a lot of good runners, man, they get so bunged up, they never reach their potential. So that's why you could cross train over the bike. Last question, love your vids on taking drugs in sport. Have any athletes tried to sue you over comments and alleged drug use? No. Like, it's so hard to sue someone, you know what I mean? If you're just sharing your opinion, especially on drugs, it's like, no one's gonna do that. No one's gonna do that. How to get swole on a vegan diet? How does anyone get swole? All right. The truth of getting swole, all right, looking like a male stripper, all right, is these guys use anabolic, androgenic steroids. Okay, they all do it. And anyone who looks like that and says they don't, they're lying to your face. Now, it might be your brother, it might be your dad, it might be your workmate, it might be a police officer. If they look like a male stripper, swole, and like the calendar's physique, they are using anabolic androgenic steroids, regardless of their diet, regardless of what they say. That's just how it is. The sooner you learn that, the sooner you can stop wasting time and start getting the results you want. Going from Boston 11s to Nike Alpha Flyer, I think the Boston 11 is a good shoe, man. But I would definitely recommend the Alpha Flyers and see what you prefer. Hello from the Philippines. Hello. All right, last question. Thanks, Wasp. Is it better to eat fewer times a day to lower insulin? If your goal is to lower your insulin, your fasting insulin, do my protocol and nothing else. Do my protocols and nothing else. Forget everything else, all right? Do my protocols and you'll guarantee you will have the lowest fasting insulin levels of your life. Sustained. I guarantee that. Anyway, gang, appreciate the support. We're going to close this one out. I'm not sure even how we close this video out. There's so many comments. And gang, I appreciate the super chats there. Did I even get back to them? We've got some super chats in the thing. I didn't even, where are they? Can't even see it. Anyway, that's the deal there. How we stop this bad boy. We're changing the filters now. Dance party, normal. Thank you, Moon Cloud. Here we go there. All right, gang, peace out from the doy. The sun's starting to come down and stars are coming out. Appreciate all your support. Give you a thumbs up if you found it enjoyable. We'll do more soon. Take it easy out.